Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're on Times Now Live. I'm Anand Narasimhan. Either they appease or they fan the flames. When it comes to people and society, why is division the name of the game for political parties? Why can't they stop this hate and deal with people as people, not as their caste, creed, religion and identity? That's a question that we will deliberate on. It's focused on Bengal. The hashtag was Save Bengal by certain elements. But have they ended up inciting and flaming and stoking passions? That's what leads the headlines this evening at 8 p.m. Mamata blames all but self. BJP hotheads fan the flames. Fake outrage, a real threat. Politics over people continues. Mamata orders a judicial probe on the Facebook post that said Bosherhat on the boil but no arrests on Karthik Ghosh's murder. It's a mega Times Now exclusive 199-page Adarsh report reveals top army officers conspired with Netas and Babus to loot India and the Kargil for profit scam. Two former army chiefs accused of impropriety. Defence Ministry recommends appropriate action against them. Times Now exposed how Salahuddin's sons enjoy perks in India but Netas continue to fail you. National Conference Patriarch Farooq Abdullah and CM Mufti evade tough questions. In 2017, these visuals will shock you. In the garb of tradition, Jharkhand Chief Minister Raghubar Das shows he's the guru of patriarchy. After years of loot, the scams mature. Meesa Bharti and her husband in the eye of the Enforcement Directorate storm. Details of lengthy questioning with Times Now. 28-year-old cab driver crashes to death in a high-speed accident on the Noida Expressway. One accused arrested, the luxury car driver still at large. 8 months of a fierce and bloody battle comes to an end as Iraq recaptures Mosul from the Islamic State. Prime Minister Abadi arrives in Mosul to announce victory. Getting details of a ceasefire violation in the Karmara area along the line of control in the Poonch sector. Those are the visuals that we have got access to. It's a second violation during the last 24 hours. On Saturday, in the same sector, an army jawan and his wife were martyred. Pradeep Datta joins us with more details. Yes, Pradeep.
Once again, Anand, the guns, Pakistani guns, have started booming in this particular sector of Poonch, where this is the second ceasefire violation during the last 24 hours. You rightly said yesterday a couple was killed in Pakistani shelling. And what is in fact a shocking duplicity from their side that today they had in fact summoned our envoy. And this, while the situation on the ground is totally different, we have seen that yesterday also they had been targeting the civilian areas, and today also they have in fact trained the barrels of their guns towards civilian area, targeting villagers. They are not in fact sparing even the women and the children. So this is actually the scene on the ground. For the last several weeks, we have seen that Pakistan had been targeting civilian areas. Indian troops right now are giving them a befitting reply. They too are using equal caliber weaponry so that they can silence Pakistani guns. Karmara area during the last 2 days has become quite hot, and if we look at the situation in the last few weeks, this area has become in fact very hot. From here, the Pakistan had been making repeated attempts to infiltrate terrorists. This is the same sector where last month they had carried out a bat attack in which 2 of the Indian soldiers were martyred, and in fact one of the SSC commander of Pakistan Army was also killed in that attack. And right now the heavy shelling from both the sides is continuing, and the Indian troop is giving them a befitting reply so that they can silence their guns.
Thanks for the update, Pradeep.
Real primetime story revealed. Times Now is #1. The rest are bluffing you. Thank you for your trust.
Ladies and gentlemen, the state-sponsored treachery in the valley stands exposed once again. While the Hizbul chief continues to spew venom in Jammu and Kashmir, vows to kill Indians and instigate attack on the sons, on our forces, sons of the soil, his sons are enjoying the privilege of being state beneficiaries and are state employees. Your channel conducted a series of stings that exposed the sympathizers, our own netas who defend the state-sponsored treachery. We also spoke to the Jammu and Kashmir Deputy Chief Minister Nirmal Singh. This is what he had to say.
Actually, you can't punish a person for the fault of other. If he is involved, definitely we'll take strict action. Because we can't compromise on the national interest, on the security interest. If they are involved, if they are in link with their father in any way, if it's found, and they are instrument in any way to avert this terrorism, that can't be tolerated. But if they are living here as Indian citizens, so law is there, law of land is there, so we have to go accordingly.
Well, if the sons disown their father and his activities and swear loyalty to India, there should be any problem. It's actually a great victory for the future of India that the succeeding generations of these nasty terrorists, they are not with them, with their parents. But it depends on that. I mean, this has to be verified. I'm sure the government must have verified that these 5 sons do not owe any allegiance to the activities of their father.
There you go. 2 different voices within the BJP. Dr. Subramanian Swamy says if they pledge their allegiance to this constitution, to the country, or if they condemn the acts of their father, then all is well. Otherwise, we should remove these perks. They should not be accorded the kind of treatment that they have been by the state. But Dr. Nirmal Singh says we'll have to see. If the terrorist sons have got nothing to do with him, how can we deny him jobs? Absolutely, sir, but have they pledged their loyalty? Have they come out and condemned their father's actions outright? Those are questions we are asking. And why are the netas wishy-washy about taking a position? Shabnam Lone, Inamul Nabi, Sushil Pandit, good evening. Good evening. Colonel Arasan Singh, good evening. Sushil Pandit wants to open the debate. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Anand. It is not just the fact that they are independent citizens of India and staying here as law-abiding citizens. I must tell you, Syed Salahuddin is known to have intervened on their behalf for their transfers and postings and promotions. He is known to regularly call ministers to intervene on behalf of specific citizens of the state of Jammu and Kashmir for favors, and those favors are granted. Syed Salahuddin wields a lot of clout in our political and administrative establishment, and time and again.
Please don't lie to the people.
He has
Don't lie to the people. You have pushed him to the wall. You have forced them to take to arms. He's a religious scholar.
Teach.
He has a master's in political science.
Teach this school dropout some etiquettes of debate before you bring him on. This man has, this semi-literate has no etiquettes of debate or discussion.
We know.
So please keep him out while I'm talking.
Well,
I don't think he has the iota of how to deal.
Why shouldn't we discuss those corruption charges first?
Show, sir.
Then we will come to the Salahuddin.
Why is it Inamul Nabi that every time you're on my show, I have to remind you about Tamiz and Tehzeeb Inamul Nabi? Why is it that you leave it outside the doorsteps of our studios in Srinagar whenever you come to debate here on Times Now?
There is a case against you.
Can you exercise some restraint and some decorum on the debate? You will have your say. Let Sushil Pandit make his comment and then you respond. Can you do that? Can you do that, Inamul Nabi? Can you do that? Yes, please. I don't want to be disrespectful to our panelists. I don't want to reduce your faders. But you have to respect the other panelists also. When you are allowed to intervene, sir, you will let them make their opening comments and you will get your rebuttal. I assure you that.
But he cannot spread lies.
I assure you that. Wait. Yes, Sushil Pandit, make your point.
He may be getting money for abusing Kashmiris, but he don't have right to spread the lies.
At the risk of digressing a little, last time I was debating with this fellow on your show, some of your viewers messaged me that you should not wrestle with a pig because you not only get dirty, actually the pig enjoys it.
I have a message from Hindu community.
I can't help
Kashmiri
if you bring him on every time in the debate.
He is not representing
now, gentlemen,
us.
So there is a problem.
Gentlemen, I'm going to pull away from both of you because I want to focus on the debate, sir. This is not a personal slanging match, and I will request both of you gentlemen to refrain from doing that. And I'm going to be firm and soft about it. But don't make me raise my voice. Inamul Nabi, please put your telephone down. Please put your cell phone down. Please put your cell phone down.
Kashmiri Hindus.
Please put your cell phone down.
Please.
You have your opinion.
This
Sushil Pandit
monkey
has
is
his
the
opinion.
face
Let's
of
debate
Kashmir
it.
Jihad.
Let's not get personal here, and let's
He
not turn
and
this
his
into a
leader
slandering match. I don't want to do that, sir, with due respect.
1972.
RSN Singh, I'm going to move away from the two of you gentlemen before.
And his leader, engineer Rashid.
Sir, let me just ask you this question. Why is it that they are wishy-washy? Why can't they take a clear position, our netas? If they have given them jobs, there must be a reason why. Others say there were protests when they were handed these jobs. Now Sushil Pandit says that Salahuddin openly intervenes. He tries to influence their positions and their appointments. We don't know the veracity of this, but the government would know. They should come clean.
Yes, I think I don't dispute what Sushil Pandit says, because he's a very honorable man, and but even say I can't check the veracity, but one thing is definitely there, that when such a thing has been, it is being so hotly debated, I think, and once Syed Salahuddin has been designated as a global terrorist, the onus very much is on the his sons to come out in the open and declare that they have got nothing to do with their father, they disown their father, and because well, that has huge spin-offs. The immediate spin-off is that here is here are 8 members of the family who don't subscribe to the idea of Pakistan, they don't subscribe to the idea of jihad, they don't subscribe to the idea of Wahhabism. So as a citizen of this country, as a loyal citizen of the country, if you have such high stakes, if I were to be a son, and unfortunately if I had a father like Salahuddin, I would have gone right on the top of, the highest feature in J&K, and I would have, declared from the top of my voice that this man doesn't deserve to be our father. So, imagine, these are the heroes we are looking for, in the Kashmir Valley. But you will get Muftis, you will get Abdullahs, you will get, all these characters. You will never get a hero like this. I'm waiting for this kind of a hero, for a very, very long time. Very long time. So I suppose, at least one of his 5 sons, don't disappoint me, in this regard.
Right.
I'm just waiting because
there are many others who are waiting. There are many others who are waiting, Colonel Singh. Now let's ask what Shabnam Lone thinks and what Inamul Nabi thinks. Shabnam Lone, I remember on the Newshour with me, you actually ended up saying that Salahuddin decides who will be the Hizbul chief in the rally. You knew to that extent. And you were actually reverent towards him in your tone and tenor.
I think, Anand, I was right.
Tone
not
and
only
reference.
that,
I remember that very distinctly. It was the day Zakir Musa asked questions asked questions and perhaps had to say something about Syed Ali Shah Gilani and telling them that it's not about nation, it's about Islam. You remember that debate, ma'am? And you made a reference, it is Mr. Salahuddin or Salahuddin Saab who decides.
Yes, I remember so many debates. First of all, Anand, first of all, I'll tell you, Anand, I have got a lot of feedback from the valley. First of all, all of us not get personal with each other. Sushil Pandit has used the word pig. Pig in Islam is haram. Sushil, you are an intelligent man. I never thought that you would come down to this level.
Pig,
Sushil, the whole valley is watching
English,
us.
I never invoked Islam. The word pig belongs to English language.
You're drawing
for an
a connotation, Shabnam Lone. Like I said, let's not digress. Because Sushil Pandit's quip had got nothing, had no religious intonation. Had no religious connotation.
English language.
It had no religious connotation.
Language.
So
it is an adage in English language. Don't wrestle with a pig.
Now it is
you not only get
New
dirty,
Delhi.
but the pig enjoys it.
It is time.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah, let's get back. Yes,
it's time
for New Delhi for what?
To take some stock of its action, to take some stock of its own action. For Pakistan, these moments are like ever dreamt, never hoped, such bliss would be mine. It's time to take a correctional course. See, Mufti Mohammad Sayeed, He said, I thank Pakistan. All of you took it so non-seriously. An elected chief minister thanking Pakistan for a peaceful election. Syed Salahuddin, his writ runs in the valley of Kashmir for the last 25 years. These minion politicians, these minion and minawars of people who handle these governments, do you think these Abdullahs and Muftis can rule that place? No. They rule that place by compromising integrity and dignity. And these people are the ones, when you tell about the common Kashmiri,
what's your position?
खाते तो हिंदुस्तान का है और जीवे जीवे पाकिस्तान करते हैं, लेकिन मैं आपसे कहना चाहती हूँ आनंद, अब्दुल्लाज और मुफ्तीज खाते तो हिंदुस्तान का है, लेकिन हर बार जीवे जीवे पाकिस्तान वही करते हैं. Common Kashmiri जो है, he works hard, he works for his living.
So let me ask you this.
Arms,
let me ask you this, Shabnam Lom.
India, not from Pakistan.
Do you
These
agree?
families
Do you
go
agree?
and ask Government of India
to put
them in the dock.
Do you agree?
These Abdullahs and Muftis.
Let me ask you this.
And stop killing the young people.
It's nice to hear. It's nice to hear you criticizing Mehbooba Mufti, Farooq Abdullah, Umar Abdullah. But let me ask you this: do you agree with Dr. Subramanian Swamy and do you agree with Colonel Arasan Singh when they say that these sons of Salahuddin should come out and state their position clearly? What do they think about their father? What do they think about his activities and him being...
See, I think you missed one thing. Arasan Singh Saab was very clear. Dr. Subramanian Swamy was trying to be over clever. Arasan Singh was clear, and I have respect for his opinion. Subramanian Swamy was trying to dodge, and he was trying to give cover fire to the BJP government. That's all. Now let me make one thing clear. A person in the state of Jammu and Kashmir becomes a government employee on the verification of the CID department. Now the CID department is headed by an IGP, and that CID department has clear links with New Delhi. You cannot give any verification unless and until IGP does not give the verification. They have a separate department in the state of Jammu and Kashmir which has links with the New Delhi CID departments. So these boys, if they have been appointed, they have been appointed on a legal basis. Now unless and until it is declared illegal, that the appointments were illegal, then only you can remove them.
No, the question is that Arasan Singh and Subramanian Swamy had one common demand. They said, let these sons come out and state their position about Syed Salahuddin. Let them come out and state their position where they stand vis-a-vis the Hizbul Mujahideen. Salahuddin's claim that he will unseat and establish an Islamic caliphate in New Delhi and that he will kill Indians. Where does they stand is the question that's being asked. Or should we ask the governments of the day? Because we asked Farooq Abdullah, we asked Mehbooba Mufti, they ran. Inamul Nabi, where do you stand? Inamul Nabi, do you believe? Do you believe, like we ask you, sir, as you come out to defend these elements where your loyalties lie? These sons of a global terrorist who's been named by the United States also, who's getting patronage by Pakistan, who's founded the Hizbul Mujahideen, who's fanned so many terrorist activities on our soil. They should actually come out and state whether or not they stand with their father or against, or they stand with India.
It is Indian media who has started campaigning against the family of Syed Salahuddin by character assassination.
We are not campaigning against the again. You misinterpret Inamul Nabi. We are campaigning against the fact that has their position, has their loyalty been claimed by the government. The people we are asking the questions of are the government and the netas in the valley and in the center.
Security forces.
No, we are asking questions of the netas in the valley.
Anything undue.
Netas in the center.
They haven't sought anything undue from the state. They have every right to seek job. They have every right to apply anywhere in the state. They have every right to seek job.
But do they not also have a duty to state their position? Do they not also have a duty to state their position?
They have legitimate right to
Do they not also have a duty to state their position? Who do they stand with? Where do they stand with?
What position they should take? What position they should take?
You tell me.
What position
you tell me what position they should take. You know the answer to the question. I asked you very clearly. Shouldn't they come out and state openly whether they stand with India or Syed Salahuddin?
What? Nobody stands with India. That is clear. Whether it is Salahuddin's family or any police officer's family. Nobody stands with India. We stand with Jammu.
So why should they get India's jobs?
And Jammu
why should they replace somebody meritorious who believes in the idea of India?
Right.
Why should they replace somebody? Why should they take the place of somebody who believes in India, who stands with India, and deny that person the job? RSS
you return our resources.
Or should we say that Nirmal Nabi doesn't speak for the Salahuddin family?
You return our resources, they don't need your jobs. We'll appoint your beggars also here.
The simple point, Anand, here is that once you take up a government job, the imperative is that you swear by the Indian Constitution. One is that. Second is that it has got such huge ramifications. In your official capacity in the government, you are dealing with so many resources, you are dealing with so many finances. You mean to say, how can you be entrusted with such responsibility when you have your heart lies with Pakistan, or your links are with Pakistan? That means you will not be loyal to the Kashmiris, to the welfare of Kashmiris. Or leave alone this country. You will not be loyal to the
That's the only reason why we are asking them to state their position in the open. The CID might clear them in terms of security, and they might have no direct activity, but we are asking where do you stand? You stand with Salahuddin or you stand with India? Please tell us, because we want to know.
No, just one more point. I just add the second most critical aspect that you have, you were discussing is that is there a proof or evidence? I think it can be collected over a period of time. If Sushil Pandit is saying, I have no reason to doubt what he has said, that has Syed Salahuddin influenced in securing jobs for his son.
Sir,
if that is proven, then it's a very, very serious matter.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I agree with Sushil Pandit till that point. But the question then goes back to Mr. Farooq Abdullah, Omar Abdullah, the National Conference and the Congress Party of the year, and the current BJP-PDP government, Mr. Sushil Pandit, because they are the ones who should be held guilty. They are the ones who should be held. If they have allowed this to happen, and then they have looked the other way. I'm way over time, Mr. Sushil Pandit. But you have set the debate rolling. I'm just going to give you, sir, another 10 seconds, please, sir. 10 seconds, not more. Sushil Pandit, you opened the debate. Please conclude it.
Anand, you asked the question of loyalty. I was reminded of Ghalib, who said, "Humko unse hai wafa ki ummeed, jo nahi jante wafa kya hai." It's the irony. We have fed the state of Jammu and Kashmir as a poor nation through 70s and 80s. And we have deprived our citizens of resources.
Pandit and Nirmal Nabi, you will have to take this competition on the poetic lines outside the realm of the News Watch, sir, because I am way over time. I have to wind up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.